to Intermediate Level English Language Arts.
Okay, now we move on to the next topic, giving a researched opinion on a relevant topic. Alright? Okay. What are our objectives for this lesson? We have three. Number one, to be able to learn more effective ways to research. Number two, drawing opinions and conclusions from researches. And then number three, to use transitional expressions when giving out opinions. Alright? Okay. So, first things first. How do I give meaningful or strong opinions to convince others to believe me? Right? Ever wondered how are you able to convince others properly? How are you able to let them believe you? Especially when you're trying to convince them to do something or to believe something, right? How are you able to do that? How are you able to make your suggestions or your opinions meaningful, strong, to be able to convince others to believe you? What you need to do is research. Very important, guys. Research. Alright. So, how do I research effectively, you might ask? How are we going to do that? How are we ever going to research effectively? Well, right, there are a few things that you have to understand or that you have to take note of. There are 6 different ways, different things to do to be able to research effectively. Number one, first understand. Understand what you need to know. Right? Before you step into a research or before you start researching, first things first, why am I doing this? What do I need to know? Do I need to know about the latest information about this thing? Do I need to clarify? Is it true? Is it legit? Is it not? Do I need to see the pros and the cons, the benefits and the dangers? Okay. First, understand what you need to know before you start typing, before you start going to Google and searching by typing the name of the thing. First, understand what do you need to know. Okay, very important. A lot of mistakes of a lot of people, they tend to not know anymore what to do or what to research because they don't understand what they need to know. So first things first, understand what you need to know. Next, set the question you want to be answered. This question is like your goal. This is a question that you want answered. That after you've done your research, you will have the answer for this question. Alright? Next, read what you researched. Even if sometimes some of the researches that you go check are not really that important, still read. Right? Don't just go skim through the different things that are written there and look for the important details. No. Read everything. Everything. Read everything. Read everything. Alright? Very important. Read. Next. List. List down the important points. Ideas. Details. Terms. Numbers. Dates. Persons. Etc. All of these things are important. List them all down. It's best even if you're using a computer, right? You still have a notebook or a pad paper next to you. And then list them all down. What I do is I have my phone next to me and I open my application, my notes, right? And then I list them down there. You can do that too. And actually, I am strongly advising that you do that too. Why? Sometimes, right? Sometimes you tend to forget. What was that important thing that you've read, that you've seen? Making a list would help you out. Next, check if you have all the details that you need to answer. All of the details that you need to answer your question. Are they all there? Is everything that I've researched all good? Do I have everything that I needed? Right? And then when you're done with that, review. Review what you've researched. Go through them again. Read them again. Look at them again. Okay? That way, your mind is set properly when you are doing your research. Okay? Take note of these things. Okay? So, for example, you're done with that. You've done your research already. What next? How will you give a researched opinion? How will you give a researched opinion on a relevant topic? For example, you've already done your research properly. What do? Create your opinion, right? Create your opinion. Formalize your thinking. Try to make up your own opinion, your own conclusion. Use your research. What have you learned based on your research? What are the things that you've researched about? Use it. Apply it to be able to create your own opinion. Do you agree with it now? Do you disagree with it? Do you find it important? Do you find it relevant? Do you find it irrelevant? Right? Stuff like that. When you create your opinion, don't just create an opinion based on what your initial thoughts are. No. You have to create an opinion based on what you've researched. Answer the questions. What do you think? Do you agree or disagree? Very important. Especially later on in your projects, you will be using this topic right here. So, this is a very important question too. Do you agree or disagree? What must be done? What can be done? Who is to be blamed in case that's what you're researching about? Who should do something about it? Answer these questions and come up with a very well organized opinion. Alright? That is how you'll do it. So, let's give an example. Example, right? You're going to make a researched opinion on this relevant topic. Students must tuck in their polo shirts or uniforms when they are wearing them. Okay, this is the opinion. This is the statement right here. Alright. So, how will you research about it? First things first, understand what you need to know. What should you know about this? Okay? You'd like to know, for example, the benefits of tucking polo shirts in. Or you'd like to also know about the negative effects of keeping polo shirts tucked in? Or why is this a school policy? Right? Think of it. Why is it a school policy? Who started this school policy? Are other schools doing it? Right? Understand what you need to know before you start typing, before you start researching. When you already understood what you need to know, do your research. Conduct your research. Okay? And then, right, when you have already understood what you have to know, come up with a question. Others would frown upon it since it does not look neat. In conclusion, I think that students should tuck in their polo shirts when they're wearing them, for it looks neat to look at. See how it works, right? You come up with your idea, come up with your opinion based on what you've researched. So probably you researched about it. Oh, okay. The reason why they do it pala is because it would look neat. So it would look uniform with other students. That way people will not frown upon them. That way people will respect them more. Will find them well behaved. Stuff like that. Right? Okay? Also, guys, use your research. Example, in the research, you are able to identify other things. Like, for example, moreover, right? You add it there before you conclude. Moreover, research shows that. What does the research show? Were you able to find the research? What does it say? Or, for example, Dr. Someone said that it is. What did he say? What did she say? Write it down. Or for example, you could go, on 1999, a study was conducted and what were the results? Stuff like that. The results show that. Okay? Or maybe you were able to read it in a certain important brochure, like a science brochure. A science brochure says that, or for example, a National Geographic science brochure says that. Stuff like that. Okay? Make sure that you are able to apply all of these things when you are creating your research opinion. Come up with it. Apply all of these things to be able to effectively do it. Alright? Now, what will you do? What will you do? Okay. What I want you to do, or the task that you are supposed to do, kids, would be you're supposed to give a researched opinion on this relevant topic. It's a very, very, very important topic. Just how handsome is your current ELA teacher? Very important. Very relevant, right? Yeah, just kidding. I'm just kidding. I can just imagine some of you guys are just rolling your eyes while you're watching this video, or probably in class right now. You're probably rolling your eyes right now, and I would be looking at you guys through the other camera, the other screen. I'm just kidding. Don't research about that, please. I was joking. All right, I'm joking. In case any of you would actually do that, do not submit that to me as your researched opinion. No. Okay? It's just a joke. Alright? This is the real one that I want you guys to do. Okay. This is the statement that you have to research about. Selling junk food such as chips and soft drinks must not be allowed in school canteens. This is the statement right here. Now, I want you to give a researched opinion on this relevant topic right here. Research about it, come up with a question you'd like to answer, and then create your own opinion about it. Okay? Do you agree or disagree? Okay? Why? Why not? Stuff like that. Make sure that when you research this, come up with a goal. Alright? Now, how will you do these? Right? Write a research opinion on the given relevant topic. Again, right, selling junk food such as chips and soft drinks should not be allowed in school canteens. So research about it. Write research about it, and then write a researched opinion about it. And then state whether you agree or disagree. You have to clearly state, I agree or I disagree, or I think that it is, or it should be followed, or it shouldn't be followed. Make sure you use transitional expressions when you're doing this. Alright? Explain why or why not. Thoroughly. Example. Yes, I agree. Because. Right? Write 2 to 3 paragraphs about it. Okay? Structure your opinion with an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. Take note, you need not to write 1 paragraph for each. No. Okay? So, you could combine the introduction and the body, it's fine. Right? Or the body and the conclusion, it's fine too. Right? Take notes, 2 to 3 paragraphs. It's up to you. Alright? Write it in your notebook or pad paper. Take note, it's not written here in the instructions, but I will say it right now. Okay, and I will also be updating it in Schoology later on. Use transitional expressions. Use them. There's no limit as to how many you're going to be using or how much you're going to be using, but you have to use them. Sir, can it be just 1? Do you think that's enough? Sir, can it be just 2 or 3? Do you think that's enough? Use as many as you can. At least 3 or more, at the very least. Alright? Okay? Write it in your notebook or pad paper. Write researched opinion as the activity title, and do not give it a title anymore. No need. Right? Just go straight to your paragraphs. Okay? And then, of course, submit it online in Schoology. Alright? And basically, that ends your lesson for your write-up, giving a research opinion on a relevant topic.